Hi, everybody. Welcome again to Enjoy English School. I'm Bruce.
大家好，我是 Bernice.
Today is February 24th. It is our second day in our Just So You Know. This category means you probably didn't know this, and maybe you would never know it any other way, but we think it's interesting and maybe also useful for you. That means we're continuing our Poison in the Flowerbeds article. And if you did not join us yesterday, what are you talking about? Flowers are beautiful living things. What does that have to do with poison? Well, there's actually a garden in England, in Scotland. Alnwick Castle has a garden which is full of poisonous plants. It was done on purpose, which we will find out more about today.
对的，所以我们呢今天的第二天的主题呢，就是讲第一天的主题叫有毒的这个花园，它是在这个英格兰北部苏格兰这个边境的地方，所以怎么会有一个花园里面有毒呢？我们来看看今天的课程，可以了解更多的内容。
Okay, first paragraph. Near the Scottish border in the north of England lies Alnwick Castle, which we started to introduce yesterday, and I just misspoke.The castle, it's not in Scotland. It's in northern England, near the border with Scotland, because those two areas have a border between them. They touch each other.
好，所以刚才Bruce老师解释就是说呢，其实这个花园它不是在苏格兰，而是在英格兰的北部，只是说刚好靠近到英格兰跟苏格兰的那个边境的地方。
Okay, the gates to the poison garden are marked with skulls and crossbones, and the warning that says, these plants can kill.
Ooh.
Now imagine this is a tourist attraction, and you get these warnings when you approach the poison garden, which has gates that probably tall, thick, heavy iron gates. That was quite common when they were built at that time.But this gate has skulls. That is the head bones of human beings. And crossbones, you take the two shoulder bones of a skeleton, of the bones of a human being, and you make a cross with them. And you may not realize it, but I'm sure you have seen some Western movies that show these two. That represents death, and so it's a warning. And...The meaning here is that these plants can kill. You are entering a garden, but you better be careful.
好的，所以呢，现在我们要走进这个花园里面了。走进这个花园里的时候，一开始呢，因为这是一个旅游的中心，好，大家都会去的，所以在这个毒花园的大门上面呢 ，to 就是要到通往这一个有毒的这个花园里面这个大门上面。就已经 marked with 上面标志着有什么东西呢？刚才老师讲的 skulls 就是你的头骨，然后你的 crossbones 就是用你的肩膀的那两个骨头呢，然后做成一个交叉的形状，所以你可以想到一个骷髅头，然后下面有一个叉叉。好，那这个图呢，有的时候我们会在海盗船上面会看得到，它象征的就是死亡或者是 danger， 就是很危险的意思。所以呢，它是一个 warning， 它是一个警告。这个警告上面呢，就是告诉你这么说着，这些植物呢是怎么样 can kill， 可以杀掉你的，就是致命的。意思就是你进去的时候要小心咯。
Before entering the garden, every visitor receives instructions never to touch, smell, or taste any.of the plants. All the plants are poisonous, but in different ways. So be careful. Don't touch it. Don't think you can use your finger. What does it feel like? It may feel like death. Smell, remember from yesterday, some people faint when they smell these plants. And of course, don't try to eat one.
No,
Stupid.
No. 好的，所以我们要在进入这一个有毒的花园之前呢，每一个访客呢，他们都会收到这样的一个instructions， 就是这样的一个指示。这个指示呢，就是告诉你千万不要做以下几件事情。第一个，千万不要去触碰它；第二个，不要特别去闻它，或者甚至你把它放在嘴巴里面去尝一尝。好，任何它是 any 任何一个植物通通不可以做这三件事。
Even so, just a breath of the wrong air can be enough to make guests feel lightheaded.
Ooh.
Now, that's why before entering, every guest, every visitor receives instructions. There's probably a guide to tell you this information and maybe give you some printed out information that has pictures of plants that are especially dangerous. Don't get too close to them.
好，所以刚刚老师讲，即使呢你这么做，就是可能有人告诉你，你不要做这些事情，或者他们发一个纸告诉你说，千万要注意。可是即使如此呢，你只要吸入了 a breath， 就是你用鼻子一吸到一些错误的空气，这个时候都可能足够呢，去让这个里面的游客呢觉得头晕目眩，你的头变轻了嘛，所以你头晕晕的，就是有点站不稳的感觉，你会觉得昏眩的感觉。所以即使呼吸到错误的空气，都会造成你有这个中毒的倾向。
Okay, let's take a short break before we continue to our second paragraph. All right, then, let's get busy. People who work in the poison garden have to be especially careful. Well, you may know every single plant and what it can do to you, so you are aware of how poisonous or even deadly some of these plants are. Still, you might have a bad day where you fall down into a bunch of these poisonous flowers. So you have to be very careful.
好的，所以你看，光是游客都有可能因为你碰到、闻到或者是尝到这些植物，你就可能会致命。更何况是在里面工作的人呢？所以呢，在这个毒花园工作的人呢，要特别 especially 特别的小心。
Some plants are mostly harmless.But other areas of the garden require a full hazmat suit for gardening work. So maybe you can touch some of the plants and then you'll get some skin problem. It won't kill you. Others might make you feel like you want to throw up, but they're not going to kill you. But other areas of the garden they need for the gardeners to wear a full hazmat suit. And you've seen these on TV when people from certain government offices who are looking for things like poisonous animals, for example, they have to wear a suit that makes them look like a spaceman because nothing in their body will touch anything that's outside of it directly.
好的，他说有一些呢，这个植物呢，其实大部分来讲呢，都是 harmless， 就是它没有什么害处的。可是还是有一些在这个花园其他地区的这些花呢，确实呢，你需要就是如果你在里面工作，你要穿的是整套的这样的一个防护服因为这个服装就刚刚老师讲的很像太空人穿的 ，OK？ 这个防护服呢，主要是 for 为了就是你要做这些园艺的工作，因为你难免可能会不小心你不去碰到花会碰到你的身体，所以你还是要穿这些防护服。
Right. In fact, many of the poisonous plants are quite common and easy to grow. Now, that could be dangerous if you don't know what kind of plant that you have, but some people will try to grow these plants because they're beautiful.
好，所以呢 in fact 就是 actually 事实上呢，其实呢还是有很多这些有毒的植物它们还很常见呢，而且很容易就种植，所以我们等一下要学一下到底是哪一些我们常见的花呢跟植物其实它是本身就有毒性的，所以我们在种的时候要特别的小心。
Rhododendrons are a popular houseplant.I have no idea what this word comes from. It's scary, actually. But they can attack the nervous system if they are eaten. And therefore, it's very important that if you do grow plants that are mildly poisonous, they will make you sick, but they won't kill you. If you're an adult, but pets and babies could die from them.
好，第一种呢就叫杜鹃花，大家应该知道杜鹃花就小小的那个杜鹃花。他说呢，这个杜鹃花呢，基本上它是一个在室内非常受欢迎的植物，可是呢，它们会攻击我们人类的神经系统 ，nervous 就是我们的脑里面的这些神经系统。如果你去吃这些杜鹃花，所以千万不要食用它们。
And if you don't have kids or pets, especially dogs, you don't realize that they try to taste everything or eat a lot of things without realizing it.
对啦，小 baby 跟小狗狗会这样。
Here's another plant. Laburnum trees produce beautiful yellow flowers, and many people plant them for decoration. I'm not familiar with this tree, but they say that it produces yellow flowers. That's an attractive color, so people want to grow one or two of them maybe in their front yard or in the back garden, and they don't realize that they're poisonous.
好，第二种呢，我们叫做金链花。那这个花呢，就是说它上面会长，因为它是金链嘛，所以那个颜色就是黄色的，所以它可以 produce， 它可以长出来很漂亮的这种黄色的花朵。而且很多人呢，就是种这样的金链花，然后拿来当做家里的 decoration， 就是做一些装饰。可是要注意，它们也是有毒的。
However,the whole tree contains poison, not just the leaves, not just the bark, not just the roots, and can cause vomiting. To vomit is to throw up. Your stomach is so upset that it will empty itself. And other uncomfortable reactions, not only vomiting, you may also produce a skin rash, itchy skin. It doesn't say here exactly, but that would be an uncomfortable reaction too. If any part of it, especially the seed pods, is eaten, if you eat a seed pod,you'll probably have a very serious stomach problem.
好的，接下来就说呢，然而呢，它有的时候不是像刚才我们讲的，它可能只是根部啦，或者它的花苞的地方可能是有毒的。接下来我们是讲整棵树里面 contain 就是包含，里面通通都有这些毒的这个毒物。所以如果呢，你呢吃到了任何一个部分，好 ，if any part of it， 你把它吃进去的话呢，这时候就会 cause vomiting， 就是你就会呕吐，然后呢，甚至你还会有一些 uncomfortable reactions， 不舒服的一些反应。就像老师刚才讲，你会觉得 itchy 好痒啊，然后你会有红疹，长得全身红红的，一颗一颗的哈。尤其是如果你吃到是这个树里面的这个荚果，那就特别会引起这些不适的症状。
Okay, another break, please, while I scratch my skin, and then we will continue. Okay, welcome back. This is our final paragraph for today, and for 2 days, really, because this is day 2 of our Just So You Know category in this February issue of our magazine, Poison in the Flowerbeds. Some of the plants are poisonous if processed in one way, but can actually produce medicine by using a different processing method.This is true of a lot of things. Some animals' poisons can also be changed so that if another person is bitten by a poisonous animal, they have the medicine from the poison to stop the bad effects of poison. But, of course, the poisons have to be processed.Only scientists or doctors or medical experts can do that kind of thing.
好的，所以接下来我们讲到是这些有毒的植物，其实它们是有一些好处的。就像刚刚不是要这样，如果你被有毒的蛇咬到了，那你要怎么治它？它一定是从这个毒蛇身上提炼出一些血清嘛，哈，然后这个血清呢就可以去治疗你的这些毒。所以呢，他说虽然这些有些植物呢确实它是有毒的，可是如果呢他们把它做这个加工制作，好，去把它提炼一下，用一些方式去加工制作的话呢 ，actually 其实实际 际上他们是可以生产出一些这个 medicine， 还有一些药，然后就是借由呢你透过不同的一些加工的这个 method 这些方法，然后其实实际上它是可以有通过这样的一个方式呢就可以提炼出一些药物。
For example, the seeds of a yew tree are toxic if eaten, but the needles of the tree contain a substance that is useful in fighting cancer. The yew tree is famous for its wood, very, very hard, and in the old days, they would make bows, the bow and arrow. The bows were made of the yew tree, but the seeds of that tree are poisonous to people. They are toxic to us. But the needles of the tree, this is a tree a little similar to the Christmas tree, the same big family of trees like that. Those needles contain a substance, a material, that is useful in fighting cancer. Who knew?
Yeah. 好，所以这边有一个让我们觉得很讶异的东西呢，就是我们接下来讲的是红豆杉这样的一个种子，好，这样的一个树的种子。那刚刚老师讲了，本来红豆杉这种 yew tree 呢，它是用来做，它是一个很大的木头，然后你可以用来做那个弓箭，好，所以他就说了，这样它里面的种子呢，其实呢也是有毒的。If eaten 就是如果你吃下去其实是有毒的，可是呢它的这个树上面的 needles 就是它的针叶呢里面其实有一种 substance， 就是刚刚老师讲的是一种 particular material， 是一个很特殊的一种材质。这个特殊的这个材质呢其实对于什么东西是很有用的呢？如果今天你要对抗 cancer， 好，我们现代人呢就常常会有一些得到一些很多的这个癌症，没想到这个红豆杉的这一个针叶就有这样的一个抗癌的物质。
In the poison garden, everyone has the opportunity to learn how to live with danger, but in a safe manner. So that's the whole point, really, of going into the poison garden to see plants. You might have one in your garden or in your yard, or where you like to go hiking in the park or outside near a river or a stream. You never know. You could learn what plants to avoid, to keep away from.
好的，所以呢，如果我们在这个毒花园里面呢，其实每一个人，不管你是游客还是你在里面工作的这些人呢，我们都有这样的机会可以去学习呢，如何与危险共处，对不对？我们要跟这个危险可以住在一起。可是我们虽然跟危险住在一起，但是我们要用一种很安全的方式，好，就是不要伤害到自己。所以这个 manner 就是一个 way， 一个方法，所以用一种安全的方式与危险共处。
Well, that completes our 2-day report on the poison garden. We hope you've learned something from this and had some fun as well. It's interesting to know about places you'll probably never go to, but they are there. So we finished our second day of the 2-day lesson, and before we leave you, we'll take a short break and review some of today's important vocabulary.
All right.
Hi, review. We've got 10 items for you. We always do. Now, in this vocabulary, we have 8 items. We usually have 8 items, the first of which is warning, the ing form, from the verb to warn. Now, if you warn somebody, you tell them not to do it. You inform people of the danger if you do something.
所以刚刚老师讲的 warn 把 ing 去掉就是动词的警告，那么这边是名词的警告。
Number 2. Now listen carefully because the noun and the verb are pronounced quite differently. The noun is breath, but the verb is breathe. So practice that a bit. Breath, of course, is the air that you push out or take in. The verb is pushing out or taking in that air. The air itself is called your breath.
好，所以这边的发音听得很清楚了，一个是短的母音，一个是长的。那么名词呢是表示呼吸，动词还是呼吸，好，就是只是一个动作跟一个名词的意思。
Right, and also be careful. The noun has the verb sound, true, but at the end it is it's without any
没有声音的。
Thank you. But the verb does, so it is breathe.
对，一个是名词的话是 voiceless， 就是没有声音的。那么动词的话就是 voiced， 就是有声音的。
Okay, number 3, harmless. When you see L-E-S-S at the end of a word, it means without something. So don't be afraid of a snake that is harmless. It won't hurt you.
Harm 本身是有害的，加上的 L-E-S-S 就是无害的形容词。
Number 4, decoration. Of course, T-I-O-N or S-I-O-N are noun endings. The verb is decorate, A-T-E at the end, decorate. And that means to put beautiful things on, or usually not you, but in a room, or decorate the Christmas tree, or the town will decorate for a big party.
好，这个字的动词是 decorate， 那名词 decoration T-I-O-N 就是名词的字尾。
Number 5, contain. And contain means to have or possess. P-O-S-S-E-S-S, possess.
刚才老师两个字都是动词，表示拥有的意思或含有、包含。
Number 6, process. Process. Process is simply a way or method or means to do something.
这边字呢当动词是指加工的过程。
Number 7, substance. Substance. That is matter or material.
名词表示物质。
Number 8 is the phrase in a, an, or the, adjective, and then manner. Manner means way or method. So if you do something in a fast way, then you do it quickly.
好，所以用什么样的一个方法，这个 manner 就是指方法，所以你也可以说，比如说教书用一种 interesting manner， 好，就是用一种很有趣的方法。
Like Bernice's teaching.
Thank you. 好，Bruce 老师在称赞我呢。
Okay, guys out there, hope you enjoyed today's program. We had a good time too. Till the next time, bye-bye.